directed at the appointments committee in any way. It was completely not directed at the appointments committee. It was only intended to expose certain matters and material that had come to his notice. Allegedly that some people are apparently on the back of the appointment committee doing other acts which may not enhance.
Honorable Counsel, from the statement,
yes.
Did he use the word allegedly?
No, on the proper, simple, direct reading. It says, so all the monies that ministerial appointees are being asked to pay to the appointments committee. Our point is, who is asking them to pay the money to the appointments committee? Certainly he's not saying that the appointments committee. No. He said some people are doing that just to get approved. Are they not the ones affected by oral? Look, I would want to say immediately that, one, it was never his intention to make statements disparaging the appointment committee. Two, that the statement that we see is clearly, can be seen as a double meaning or interpretation, depending upon who reads it, but certainly not a matter attacking the appointments committee at all. Indeed, if anything at all to do by it, it's a statement of a whistleblower saying that some things are happening. And we have passed a Whistleblowers Act in this country, encouraging people to say what they see and to tell what they hear. This is our country, this is our laws. So I just don't want to go far, but just...
One, you had said that your client was only a whistleblower, was being a whistleblower. To say your client is a whistleblower, meaning that he's exercising his rights in law, having come across an issue, and as part of his democratic right and to enrich democracy, he has decided to blow the whistle. To blow a whistle must be founded on something. So, learned counsel, I would want the first point. Would you want to take away that aspect of your earlier submission to the effect that your client was a whistleblower? Would you want to take that away so that we can deal with? Would you want to withdraw that aspect?
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, it is the last thing my client will want to withdraw. It is the last thing my client will want to. He's instructed me. I've indicated that as a citizen, either by law or as civic responsibility, he feels obliged to draw attention by any means possible to ills or ill wrongs going on. This is a great institution of state. And my client says that he saw something, he heard other things, he was worried, so he came public. It is the obligation of every citizen, as a citizen, not necessarily by law or the Constitution, to speak out to wrongs. If in the process of articulating that wrong, there's an assumption that he'd erred, he says he's prepared to apologize. It doesn't write off what he said, he saw, or he heard. So, with all due respect, Mr. Chairman, if I may just make a small point, with all due respect.
Mr. Atuata, hold on, sir. Please,
you have to
Sir, Nana Dadzie.
Yes.
Sir, all of us here, we come several generations after you in this enterprise of politics. At the time you served as chief of staff and even completed your tenure as chief of staff, I was still in school. Please. Sometimes the approach can get things out of hand. At this committee level, we have decided that if you are apologizing, then let us resolve the matter here. But sir, with the greatest respect to you, you had indicated that your client was blowing a whistle. I heard you. I wanted to give another opportunity by way of clarity, because in one breath you say you are apologizing for putting out a statement. And you're doing so because you don't have factual basis to put it out, or that there is no evidence to that claim. Look, if there is nothing to apologize and your client feels strongly about what he has put out, let us then proceed to refer the matter to the Privileges Committee, where he would have his right in law to come and defend himself, so that we know where we are going. But if you now say that, oh, he is a whistleblower and exercising his constitutional right because he's heard something, he has to say something. Here, whatever that he heard, you and I know that in this country, Ghana, as particularly Accra here, people hear things every minute. Should we begin to be typing things that we hear? I've heard Kojo Mensah has done A, Adjuata has done B, Ama Mansa is this. So we say that we are blowing a whistle. Then there will be chaos in the country. So, Leonard, with the greatest respect to you again, I know you are here on the instructions of your client. I'm asking you, would you want to take away that aspect of your submission which you condition on your apology, that he was acting as a whistleblower? Do you want to maintain it? Yes, no. I don't want to keep you.
No, please, we respect 15 years at the bar. I'm entitled, with all due respect, to appear to understand the processes being here. Now, I was drawing, Mr. Chairman, I've tried severally to draw attention to the fact that we were invited here specifically to under Article 103(6) of the 1992 Constitution and Order 14. That's stated here. This is why we're here. We have not been brought here under Article 124, which is the general realm of contempt against Parliament. Article 124 would have had the right, as honorable minority is saying, to explain everything. Now, I am worried for my client in the sense that this committee, or for that matter, the minority leader, is indicating that what they are doing is a preliminary, stage towards mounting contempt proceedings or a serious matter.
Not necessarily. I don't intend to cut you. What we are, wait,
yes.
Leonard,
yes.
I know you've done 50 years at the bar, but your newer generation can always assist you and to freshen your law. So we can always come, because you've trained us well, and we have what it takes to draw attention to some discrepancies in the law. So you've done 50 years. I respect that. But please, pay attention to the proceedings. What we're saying is very simple. We've heard something. The committee has invited you. You have in fact given respect to the committee by appearing. The committee is finding out from you the posts. On this table, you have confirmed one post, you've denied the other. That is fair enough. Second, you are saying that the very post that you accept as coming from you, you apologize unreservedly. What we are saying is that to the extent that at this point you are rendering an apology, the matter dies and we put the matter to a peaceful rest. It doesn't travel beyond this table. However, in view of the fact that the very apology is laced with some conditions, we want to give you an opportunity again to then clarify. Because for me, if you maintain the position that, look, you were acting as a whistleblower, and that you acted based on what you heard, and you had reason to rely on it. We are both counsels. Reliance. Was it reasonable to rely on it? In relying on a fact, would you end up hurting somebody's interest? The reasonability tests in law of torts that every student knows. At what point do you rely on a matter? No, let me finish with respect. At what point do you rely on it? The whistleblower law that you refer to, including your right therein, at what point do you invoke those rights? So I am just drawing your attention to all these matters to then invite you back to the earlier point. That are you saying that I am sorry, I shouldn't have posted this, let's end it here? Or you are now saying that you are a whistleblower, you've heard, and that as part of your democratic right, you have to. You, as a former chief of staff, knows all too well the effect of some of these statements on the reputation of the country and its institutions. You've been in government, you've been part of the national security architecture of this country, and you can tell the effect of some of these things on the very democracy that your client says he's exercising his right under.